This article reads, Jojo Siwa promised them pop stardom. They say they were thrown in the trash by her. She's got some people who are rallying against her. The past is coming to haunt her. Sounds like karma. We've done enough promotion of that song. Jojo, along with her momager, Jocelyn Siwa, put together a new pop girl titled XOMG Pop. But after 4 members left, fans had questions about what really happened. Here is one of these girls speaking forward about Jojo. Leah Sanderson always wanted to dance, but it was never going to be easy for her. She was born with spina bifida, which is a congenital birth defect in which the spinal cord fails to form properly. This makes it very difficult for someone to do everyday things like going to the bathroom and just being comfortable with their body. Around 2013, Leah was 6 or 7 and she started taking dance classes at a studio owned by Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson is actually a drag queen named Alyssa Edwards who became very popular from RuPaul's Drag Race and even had a reality show spin-off about their dance studio. Leah became a star dominating the competitive dance circuit despite her medical condition. Now in 2021, Leah was 14 and she had been working with Alyssa Edwards. She had been on TV and it seemed like it was about time for her to go to the next level, and that opportunity was Jojo Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution. This was going to be a reality TV show where Jojo would help these young girls gain stardom. The band XOMG Pop would be positioned as the next big girl group bound for the charts. It seemed like Jojo was trying to create her own little kids pop and have these girls dance and have this reality show and just kind of create an entire brand. We're going to talk about the former members who have left XOMG Pop and why they had left, but here's a clip of Leah talking about her condition while she was a part of the group.
Hey everyone, it's Leah here from XOMG Pop and I have spina bifida, so today I'm going to be answering all of your questions about it.
Leah, what is spina bifida?
So spina bifida is a very broad term. It's a birth defect that involves anything with the spine. So I actually have lipomyelomymeningocele and I was born with a tumor on my spine, but people could be born with like their spine kind of outside of their back. They could be born with tumors. It's a very, very broad term.
Hey Leah, how do you manage being a pop star but also having spina bifida?
That is a really great question. So it definitely can be difficult sometimes, dealing with all of my health problems while also trying to live out my dreams. But I have an amazing support system around me, and I do have to, work hard and work a little bit different than people every single day.
Now, Leah is a talented dancer, and she also has this condition, which is an interesting storyline and something that Jojo and her mother could easily exploit. Jojo's mother, Jocelyn, is a former dance studio owner from Nebraska, and she's played a crucial role in crafting Jojo's career. On Dance Moms, Jocelyn leaned into the role of cutthroat stage mother, bleaching her daughter's hair, crafting her trademark handmade bows, and often getting into intense confrontations. After Jojo signed with Nickelodeon in 2017, Jocelyn continued to work closely with her to help her fulfill her dream of becoming, as Jocelyn told the Rolling Stones, the next Hannah Montana. So it seems like Miley Cyrus's career in more ways than one have influenced Jojo Siwa's, because Jojo wanted to be like Hannah Montana. Now she wants to be all like bad girl like Miley Cyrus. And a lot of people looked up to what Jojo had built for herself, and including Leah, who had shared that dream with Jojo and wanted to join this show to be closer to her and to have a career similar to hers. Leah believed that if she won a spot in Jojo's pop group, it could help her achieve the dream goal of superstardom. Now, Leah's mother, Angie, had some reservations. Because Leah was a minor, Angie would have to leave her other 3 older kids behind in Texas to accompany Leah in Los Angeles. She'd also have to shut down the daycare center that she owned, but she and her husband Cody talked it over and decided it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. They even spoke about her condition, that someone with spina bifida typically can't do these kind of things. She is talented. She's a breakthrough case. We've got to let her try this out. So in early spring 2021, Angie and Leah flew to LA to appear in the series. The 2 years followed, according to Leah, were the exact opposite of what she had dreamed about as a little girl. Now, Leah's family, as well as other multiple sources close to production, alleged that Jojo Siwa subjected the children to grueling rehearsals, sometimes foregoing school breaks and with meager compensation. So not even paying them right and making them work extra hard. They also allege that Leah was forced to work under intense physical duress, with Jesselyn, Jojo's mother, encouraging Leah to attend a video shoot just a few weeks after she underwent a spinal cord surgery. They also allege that Leah was forced to work under intense physical duress, with Jesselyn, Jojo Siwa's mom, encouraging her to attend a video shoot just a few weeks after she underwent spinal cord surgery. In one instance, just days before the surgery, they allege that Leah started bleeding through her belly button during a rehearsal for a performance that was hosted by Jojo. Rather than encouraging her to take a break, they say that Jesselyn told her to put a maxi pad on it so it wouldn't leak on her costume. Ouch. I'm like looking at my belly button. I'm like, can you imagine your belly button like bleeding through? And they're like, yeah, put a maxi pad on it. Oh. Ouch. I don't want to ever bleed through my belly button. That sounds so painful. I'm sorry, Leah. So now, for the first time, Angie and Leah are speaking out and talking exclusively to the Rolling Stone about their 2-year stint in XOMG Pop. They allege that Jesselyn was overtly cruel to their young charges, calling them names and in one instance, shaming them for having a disability. Jojo, meanwhile, could be nasty and domineering, according to sources, a sharp contrast from her upbeat on-screen persona. At one point, they allege that she screamed insults at the girls during a performance. They also alleged that she played a role in helping to build a cutthroat environment long after the cameras were gone, playing favorites and pitting members against each other. So really, it just sounds like Jojo and her mother are like Abby Lee Miller, but maybe even worse. Here's a clip of the girls talking a little bit about their experiences.
We were doing our sound check and we were getting absolutely screamed at, and mind you, there's like how many people watching, and we come off of the stage. She keeps stopping the music, stopping the music, stopping the music. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally about to go off the stage and throw up. And then like,
no, she did.
I had to run to the bathroom, and it was so bad. And yes, I will get to that, guys, in a second about the headsets. But we get off stage and she goes, you say this part because I don't want to say
Oh, she said you guys effing sucked?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said they effing sucked. And then
she said, you guys owe me $500,000.
No, $200,000. Oh. No, $200,000.
$200,000, something along those lines, because she thought that we didn't do good in our rehearsal. And so she was degrading us, saying, you owe me this money for this performance.
Not Jojo Siwa telling these young girls that they owe her now for the money that she's invested in this project. I mean, if the girls aren't good, then cast better people. But don't try to put the blame on these young girls and make them feel like you did when you were a young girl. Just because you were verbally abused by Abby Lee Miller and your own mother doesn't mean that these girls need to go through the same thing. Rolling Stone spoke to multiple sources close to the production of the dance pop revolution and the Siwas. The sources allege that the Siwas and producers dangled the carrot of stardom in front of the young girls, only to berate them and encourage them to cry on camera. The moms and the kids would come home and have a candy basket and a Nintendo Switch in their hotel room after being messed with all day. They said the highs were high and the lows were low, and it seemed like they wanted to create that tumultuous relationship like that happened on Dance Moms, between the moms and the instructor Abby Lee Miller and the girls, and everyone just fighting and having so much drama and resentment. So they had to kind of curate that and kind of force these people into that environment to create the content they wanted to, which is a lot of stress for these young girls who just want to be dancers and singers and pop stars, but they have to fight on camera to get the clout to build some name recognition. And Jojo sees that. That's why she wants to make this a success by causing all the drama. When Angie raised her concerns about what her daughter had been going through, the Sandersons say that Jesselyn, Jojo's mother, then fired Leah abruptly from the group. Angie said, Leah and I were in a dark place for months and months, and I don't think we were healthy enough to speak out about it. Now that we've had time to recover and heal from it, we are in a place where we are ready to share and tell people about everything. Brian Friedman, a terrible lawyer who I have protested his office, who represents a lot of bad people, of course, represents the Siwas, and he said that these allegations are 100% provably false. They're actually saying that Angie is the abusive one here, and that she's disgruntled, and that she's the problem, which sounds like a Brian Friedman response. He's very aggressive. If someone is represented by Brian, in my personal opinion, then they're already guilty. because he represents, like, in my opinion, only guilty people. And he's good at it. I mean, he can make things disappear. If you guys want to go to my interview with Perez Hilton, look at the moment where I asked him about Brian Friedman and watch his reaction to it. I mean, that's one of my favorite moments from this entire podcast series. Brian Friedman actually said by firing Leah, Jess Siwa was protecting the staff and other girls and their families from Leah, who I guess was such a problem that she needed to be terminated. Okay. Nowadays, the XOMG Pop group is still out here, and they actually are relatively successful, especially because of the merchandise rollout that was at Target and all of this clothing they were able to sell, which is kind of JoJo's specialty. There are currently 7 members who are all between the ages of 8 and 14. But what's interesting about this group is that 4 of the original winners, they have left. So why would the 4 original group members peace out before the group even really saw some success? Angie, Leah's mother, has actually said that she wishes she did her research because the Siwas on surface level seem like great people, but she wished she knew better that they were going to be completely exploited and, thrown to the wolves by getting involved with this.
I thought, oh gosh, well, Leah's next because she's over there puking, but she's trying her hardest. All the dads were there. The dads were flipping out because they'd never seen their girls be treated like that before, and we're telling them to shut up.
They cannot do that because we have no NDA, so we can say whatever we want.
Yeah. And all of this is true.
It's all, there's receipts.
Yeah, so all of this is true.
And so that was the most grueling experience ever. And what would always happen is Jess would go, you moms, you better go yell at your kid and tell them what they're doing wrong. And my mom, obviously, my mom is tough on me. If I'm not doing what I need to do, she will tell me. She's straight up with me. But also she's supportive and knows what's right for me and what's not.